one way of thinking about the state of self-realization is that everything that comes to you, you give. And when I say everything that comes to you, I mean your body, your mind, your energy, everything that you are, you give. 100% total giving. There is nothing held in reserve. There is nothing compartmentalized. You don't scurry off to a private room, and guard some part of yourself. In tantric traditions, or in traditions where people are, maybe they don't identify as tantric, but they're have the idea that they might be able to realize their true nature in one lifetime. There's that same kind of fierceness going on of breaking down the sense of separation by being put in some condition of giving. So, for instance, you give all of your time to sadhana, or you give all of your time and energy to seva or karma yoga. In the kinds of traditions that I've been trained in, this isn't, or you give all of your day to trying to relax and recognize your true nature. You're not just sitting on a cushion for 20 minutes or an hour. You're trying to do unbroken practice. That's a lot of giving also. There's no margin there. So even in the ashrams, which are a different kind of system than I was trained in both the lineage of Satyananda Saraswati and Ma's ashrams, people do a tremendous amount of work. In fact, there's a wonderful story. Richard Lanois, who actually, I don't think he took that photo, but he took the one up on the landing. He took a lot of beautiful photographs of Ma, and when she was in her 50s, most of them, I think. And he said one time he was hanging out at one of the ashrams, and there was a guy there who was in charge of running the ashram, and he did a lot of karma yoga or seva, and he was holding a tray of food, taking it somewhere across a courtyard, and he just saw this guy just sort of go down. Like he fell asleep while he was walking. He was so tired. And he just kind of like sunk down to the ground in a heap. We don't do anything that extreme, but there is a strong form of sadhana in the tradition that is to become tired so that your usual ways of defending yourself don't work anymore. You just kind of give up. Right? And the point is that you're being kind of worn away so that everything that's you will come gushing out and be all giving. It's not just that, because you already, and even to do that kind of practice, or to be asked to do that kind of practice by your teacher, you already have to have a lot of devotion. It's not like everybody can do this, right? But it is a big part of the tradition, to be asked to give and do more than you think you can, and to be asked to do and give in situations that are uncomfortable for you, where be asked to do things you don't want to do. You just point blank don't want to do them. And then what happens? And I'm talking from my own experience now, because I've spent years being asked to do things I didn't want to do. Or I thought I didn't want to do them. What happens is, over time, you stop caring what it is that you're doing. You start to experience the pure feeling of goodness, of simply following your teacher, simply listening and following, simply helping, simply giving everything, doing your best, right? You just start to experience that. And your preferences, your strong likes and dislikes, and your sense of limitation begins to erode. What is it that you think you can do and you can't do? What is like, what kind of job would you be asked to do that would be like up to your level, right? So if someone, like, for instance, comes to one of Satyananda's ashrams with that attitude, like, I'm only going to do certain tasks. I'll volunteer to do computer work, and I'll volunteer to do personal service for the teacher, but I'm not going to clean toilets or scrub pots. Of course, that person spends the next 7 years cleaning toilets and scrubbing pots, right? And what happens? You think, oh God, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. I'm doing something I hate. I'm exhausted. I don't know why I'm doing it. I'm resenting my teacher. I'm resenting everyone. And then you're eventually, if you have real devotion, if you have any possibility to understand anything, eventually you're just doing it. And it's all very smooth. Right? And then some other times come and you're feeling tired. And then you're just like, okay. And then you're just doing, right? Until there's no need to work like that anymore, until your life becomes resistless. You're no longer resisting nature. You're no longer resisting wisdom. And it brings tremendous confidence to live this way. See, we think, oh, I'm a dupe, or somebody else who's doing, what a dupe. They're being fooled. They're weak. They're just, look at all that stuff they're doing that they hate. Look, they're following that idiot teacher who's telling them to clean toilets, right? Wow, they're in a cult. Their teacher's a jerk. They don't understand anything. They really don't understand anything. Because that, just being able to follow and help and get in contact with that basic goodness of just being a simple person doing those things at the request of your teacher is so beautiful. Right? It's so relaxing. Everything, it just smooths you out. I've been thinking about